Welcome, my name is Bren. I'm gonna let you guys get tuned in. We are live. Welcome to Fast Action Racing League. My name is Bren, like I said before, and tonight is gonna be Richmond. So Richmond is a short track. It's one of those tracks where you go either or, especially in 22 cars. I think it's a great track in my opinion. I know Camo likes it. I know a lot of people like this track, especially in next gen, but the racing can be sometimes iffy and sometimes really good. So I'll go over points since we have some time. Qualifying starts at 9 Eastern. Hopefully we get an invite to that. But point standing this season, it's been very, I guess we've had winners. It's just been very variety, I guess. Variety of different winners this season so far. So your points leader is going to be Slight Savage. More the Coat sits second in points. Third in points is going to be Yeti. Fourth in points is going to be Rolling Thunder, who also has a pole award this season. More the Coat won at Martinsville. And then Slight Savage, he's won 3 races throughout the season so far. So Savage has been pretty much a dominant driver. Then we have Suspect Dirt in 5th in points. Cowboy Tech sitting 6th in points. Left Hand Honcho sits 7th. Irish, who won earlier in the season as well, sits 8th. Swerve sits 9th. Egg sits 10th. LA Fatality sits 11th in points after winning last week. And then Night Sniper rounds out your top 12. We have Rogue sitting just outside the bubble. So point standings are very close. That bubble is going to start shrinking as soon as we start to get lit into the season. So hopefully we get some viewers in tonight. That'd be helpful and grateful. Alright, so they're probably loading up. I'm going to check my streams, make sure someone has their live for tonight's event. So for tonight, I think we're going to have about, we have 14 currently in the VC, so we should have, it's not that big of a field. Sure, I guess. Let me invite you to this one. Already got a party up. Alright, so we are waiting up for the lobby. They are setting it up now. Irish and GS are going to be the hosts for tonight's event. We have... He is. It's set in the VC. Yep. So the wear for tonight's event is going to be 3X. It's going to be a 50%er. The main thing, though, is that if you want to, not shifting can actually save you a lot of fuel, especially at a short track like Richmond. But the speed difference is insane. So depends on what, do you want to lose time for shifting or do you not want to lose time for shifting? It depends on your driving style and preference. I personally prefer not to shift. After a few laps, you do about 3 or 4 laps of shifting, and then you stop shifting for the rest of the race. Essentially, helps save your tires and fuel. Helps me out personally as well. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully get this loaded up. We're gonna get into racing. I also have someone in here, I have Insoluble, who just joined. Okay. Gotcha. Now we're just waiting on an invite as they're still currently in the lobby. I've already gone over points, so main thing is the last few weeks have been okay. So last week at Charlotte, who won again? I think it was the 18, correct? I can go back on the results real quick. As we scroll up, we're going to go back to last week's event. So last week, Yes, LA Fatality was able to win at Charlotte over Yeti, Highbrow, Suspect Rogue, and Night Sniper. Asking Heart finished 6th, Cowboy Tech in 7th, B13 in 8th, Rolling Thunder finished 9th, and then Left Hand Hachu rounded out your top 10. Hopefully tonight we have a great race as well. Charlotte was the longest race of the season. Now this is a decently long race, but it isn't as long as the other ones, so we shouldn't fall asleep halfway through. Richmond is a track that personally I don't know how to judge the racing. I do like the racing somewhat. It's just I don't know. It's like it's not one of my favorite tracks, but it's definitely a track I don't like dislike. I'm just not, I guess, a fan of it. It's just a mid track in my opinion. For me personally, I just run mediocre at it, and it just I guess that's why I don't like it. I mean, it's a fun track to drive. Hopefully we can get the field sizes up in the next few weeks. Been on a downer as of late. I'm gonna run some laps as they're still setting up their practice lobby. And now they're starting to load up.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Hopefully we get an invite. Alright, Q Yeti. We'll go over the people in the race during qualifying. As you see, this is the field tonight. Rogue is in the field. Some notable names that return this week. Irish, GS Racing. Highbrow is also another contender. I would call Dirt a contender, but I need to see more consistent speed out of him to be considered a race winner at this point. But it is coming for him. I know he's pretty quick on what's it called, Wreckfest, so I know he's been gradually increasing his pace as we go along throughout the season, so I expect him to maybe catch a win or catch a break soon. But overall, this season has been great racing by most people. We had a few hiccups in the road, but overall this season has been good, and I can't wait for the next few weeks until we get to the playoffs, which will also be fun as well. God, I can't speak. The playoffs will be fun to watch. I'll just say that right out. Because last season the playoffs were fun, but sadly we got a stinker for the final race as Charlotte Roval was just pretty much dominated by Irish. But you see in the field is Yeti, B13 in the 6, Rolling Thunder in the 42. You guys know those people. They've been racing all season. Swerve in the 15, red car, and then Cowboy in the other 15. Dirt in the 44, Coat in the 99. You guys know them. We all know and love them. Rogue in the 47. He's been pretty much full-time so far at the end of here. So he's been racing full-time a lot this season, which is surprising. Him and Night Sniper. Night Sniper came over from the 2020 Cup Series and now racing the series full-time as well. They're currently on the playoff bubble. Rogue on the outside, Night Sniper on the bubble. So it's going to be fun to watch those two out there throughout the rest of the remainder of the season. See who gets in. If you want to help me out by watching my stream, that'd be appreciated. Let's see Rolling Thunder in the 42 wrapping around the track. Rolling's been one of those quiet guys who's quietly having a good season, but he really hasn't. I mean, he's had opportunities at winning. He just makes mistakes, and I think he can perform well here tonight. I just don't know where he'll finish. I think he's definitely a top 10 contender tonight, though, for sure. Night Sniper, someone who we've seen the last few weeks. He's been racing this series full time. He's another guy that's an oddball that we don't really know how much pace he'll have here, but I expect him to be a top 10 car as well. Highbrow, also another contender for tonight's event. He has pace. I don't know. There's a lot of good drivers in here. We see Cowboy Tech. He's another good driver who I'm teammates with in ODRL. He's another guy to watch out. He's pretty quick, I mean, Richmond isn't his best track, but he's improving slowly but surely throughout this season. So expect him to run decently strong tonight. We see Swerve in the 15. He's also another guy in the series. He runs pretty well in 22 cars. So it's a bit dirt. I've been saying all season he's been improving, been showing his worth throughout the season, and he looks to make the playoffs and head into the playoffs strong as well. Mother Code also in the 99. You see him wrapping around. I'll let the data race do the talking. Alright. Okay. Alright, so Infallible is gonna run tonight. So fuel run is about 30 to 32 shifting, 37 to 38 non-shifting. So we're gonna see the difference in speed, but we're also gonna see whose tires on the long run will last. He's just sitting in the middle of the track. Qualifying may be over. Habitek in the 15. If you're new here, please say hello. I'm open to reading chats. I am kind of just sitting here talking to myself for 2 hours, you know. Alright, so GS Racing also has a point of view. That is GS Racing 41 on Twitch. Irish wrapping around, you see him flying in that 5 machine. He is just running out the laps if I had to guess. He's running top lane. Just running out the laps in that 5 machine. Richmond is a track that I personally, like I've been saying the last like few minutes, it's a track that I like, but it's very difficult to get in rhythm here. You also can get very loose on the long run if you're not careful. It's about gas and brake uses, I guess. But the track is fun, and it brings... If you're consistent, you'll run up front here. That's all I'll say. My pick to win it, though. Is right here. So I have GS Racing winning tonight. I have a feeling that while he doesn't normally run good at Richmond, I feel like tonight's going to be his lucky night and he's going to be able to secure a W. So the hope is that he can finally get his win for this season and lock himself into the playoffs. but Richmond is one of his weaker tracks, but I expect him to run well tonight, so don't count out GS Racing for the W tonight. We already know the usual contenders: B13, Yeti, Irish. You know the usuals. Well, the Coat's also really good on short tracks. He's someone to watch out for. He usually runs top 5 to 10 on short tracks especially, so look out for him. He won at Martinsville earlier this season, so he's definitely one to watch. Rogue is also very strong. Could be another one to watch later into this run. Oh, man. Highbrow also another guy that I've been saying all season. He has pace. He just needs to put it together and he can get that W. I mean, last week he was one of the fastest cars. Just couldn't secure the dub at the end, and that gave an opportunity for LA Fatality to secure the W. Suspect Dirt, Mordico, LA Fatality, who won last week. Irish in 5. B13, of course, is another fast guy. We know him from ODRL, one of the quickest guys in the field as well. I don't know how he is. I think he's very quick at this track. I just don't know the pace. I'll go check ODRL real quick, just see where he ran there. But I know, especially at Richmond, it's a rhythm track. The reason why I picked B13, the reason why I picked GS Racing is that I just have a feeling tonight will be his lucky night. I don't know why, but I do. He hasn't been active. He finally became active this week, and now he's starting to race on the daily, so it's happy to have him back as well. One of the primary admins and bars as well. That is appreciated for every admin in the league. Alright, so they're heading out of qualifying. We can see the lap times now. On pole for tonight's event is going to be interesting to watch. God, my mouth is like dry as hell. So on pole for tonight's event is going to be LA Fatality. So LA, last week's winner, starts on pole for this event. Irish starts second. And third is going to be Yeti. Starting fourth is going to be B13. Starting fifth is going to be Suspect Dirt. Starting sixth is going to be Night Sniper. Starting seventh is Mordico. Starting eighth is going to be GS Racing. Starting ninth is going to be Cowboy Tech. And starting just starting 10th is going to be Rolling Thunder. Starting just up to the top 10 is going to be Highbrow. Starting 12th is going to be Suspect Road. And I'm going to back out. Alright. So they're going to start the racing lobby. I'll be right back getting some water so I actually don't sound like I'm dry as hell. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to get some water. Now we can get to the real action. So tonight's race, I don't have the info for the 50% stages, but I will say the fuel run is going to be, I think they will have to pit during the first stage at least once. But besides that, I don't think we should have many pit stops. I don't know though exactly. So we'll get the info whenever they start going green. So overall, it should be fun to watch. I'll get over GS Racing stream to have them live. They're heading into the lobby. Thank you. Alright, so they sent me the invite. Appreciate it, Yeti. Alright, so they have started up the lobby. Hello, Cowboy Tech. Thanks for viewing the stream. Appreciated. Have a good race, man. we're gonna use GS Racing's point of view for tonight's stream. They're racing the night version of Richmond as well. We'll do top 3 for interviews tonight as well. We'll do top 3s for interviews tonight. I should stop saying it as well, because that sounds annoying. Alright, so we're going to get this going, rolling on the road. I can't wait. Gonna be a fun watch. Alright, LA, already a lag out. LA Fatality leads us to green. Lap 1 out of I don't know how many. Alright, so early on, Fatality and Irish, it looks like the server might be a little laggy. Side by side, 3 wide for second, and Irish takes an early lead over Yeti and Co. We see the 18 able to hold the bottom lane. He comes up back up to second place, side by side for second. GS Racing and LA side by side. LA sends it in there. GS Racing's gonna follow in line Yeti's gonna fall in line right behind LA Fatality. GS is in the 1 car, my apologies. Night Sniper up to 4th. Looks a little laggy from my point of view, but might just be me. B13 now getting challenged by the 99 of Coat. So more the Coat trying to make a position, get up inside the top 5. But your leader now is going to be Irish, who's actually... Oh, as soon as I say that, he gets bumped by the 18 of Fatality. Sorry about that. Gotta give you a seizure. So Fatality bumping bumpers. 36 to go in stage number 1. They should make it on fuel if you don't shift. If you don't shift, you should be good on fuel. Like I said earlier, fuel run. Oh, GS Racing into the wall back there. The 44 hitting the apron. But LA Fatality to the lead. Here comes Irish on the bottom lane. He is underneath the 18. He's going to sit it in there. Side by side for the lead. Here comes Yeti on the top. In that 24, side by side. LA hits the wall a little bit. Here comes Yeti to the bottom, trying to secure that lane. Can he continue to be side by side, entering 1 and 2? If he can, he could probably complete the pass here. He does. Can Yeti clear LA off the corner? He's going to get alongside the 5 car of Irish. As these 3 continue to battle, here comes B13 in the 6 machine. Side by side still for the lead as they're ending 1 and 2. Here comes B13, heavy on the brakes. Look at here comes Yeti to the lead. Irish hits the wall. He's going to be caught up. Here comes B13 to the bottom. Battle for second place and the lead are heating up. Top 5 are all in a blanket right here. Yeti is now your new leader in that 24 machine. B13 looks like he has a good car, but we don't know if he's shifting or not. He's trying to make a pass on the 24 of Yeti right here. Look at him going for the move. He bumps up Yeti a little bit. He's going to try to get underneath Yeti. He does it. He's underneath Yeti now. Entering 1 and 2 side by side, entering. Can B13 get alongside him off corner exit? B13 loses a lot of momentum, entering side by side off exit. Can Yeti hold on position? Here comes Irish pushing the 6 car of B13 to the lead. B13 almost clears him. Yeti holds the outside lane. B13 is clear. New leader, the 6 of B13. As this continues to build up, it's going to continue to bring more cars. Look at more of the Coat. Look at LA Fatality bringing back into this fight. They're bringing back Dirt. They're bringing back GS Racing as well. 3 wide for the lead. Sorry, guys. I went away for 1 second. 3 wide for the lead. This is going to cost Yeti. Still 2 wide. 3 wide. Here comes GS Racing, more the Coat, and Night Sniper into the mix. Look at this battle up front. It is getting intense between these drivers. I sound like an AI. Yes, I know. Whew. Yeti falls back to 3rd. Now looking 4th. That is LA Fatality pulls it, but looking 5th, more the Coat is making his way through the field. He's up to 6, trying to get around LA Fatality now. GS Racing's also moving himself through the field as well. Apron touch by the 1 of GS. He's going to drop back behind him and be challenged by Suspect Dirt, who's just sitting right behind him. They're right behind Coat, who currently sits in that 5th spot. Oh, Coat hits the wall. Here comes GS Racing to the bottom. Can Suspect Dirt capitalize as well? The main thing is to not hit that apron. That loses a lot of momentum to your car, and that's not good for you. Oh, the 2-car of left-hand Honcho battling now. As you see, Night Sniper dropping back to the field. He's back here at Rolling Thunder in the 9-car of Insoluble. So he's trying to drop through the rear of the field as you see him running the top lane. Probably has damage as well. Here comes Honcho making a move on Mola Coat. This is the battle for, I think this is around 7th place, maybe 8th. These are key spots in this field as well. Pit stops, I don't project any pit stops, but if you don't shift at all, you should be good on field. If you shift though, you're gonna have to save a little bit more than most. But as we've been talking, your leader has been swapped. B13 is now your leader. The B13 has taken over the lead in that 6 machine. He is now your leader. Hello, Georgia Dog. Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? It's a good Friday night as well. So B13, Irish, Yeti, and back there in 4th is going to be LA Fatality. Back there in 5th is going to be GS Racing. Right in front of Suspect Dirt, who currently runs 6th. 7th is going to be Honcho. 8th is going to be More the Coat. And then back here is Insoluble. You have also, I think that's the 10 car. I'll get Highbrow. Yes, that is Highbrow. And then in that 11 car is going to be Asking. So that rounds out your top 10. All right, we're going to go back to the lead, though. Top 5, top 3, honestly, are starting to pull away from the 18 of Fatality, who's starting to get gapped by Yeti a little bit. We're going to go back there with GS, who's being challenged by Dirt. Look at Dirt all over GS's bumper right now. He's going to go to the bottom. Battle for, I think this is around 5th. Suspect Dirt trying to get inside the top 5. You see him battling with GS Racing to the bottom lane. The 44 trying to make a move. Battle for the lead heating up as well. GS Racing to the wall. Dirt up to 4th now. Here comes 5th place, my bad. Here comes the 2-car as well. Trying to make a move on Dirt. God damn, I can't speak tonight. I'm sorry. It's like one of those nights. Ah, gotcha. That's good for you, Georgia. I'm having a good night as well. But my voice, I don't know what's going on. I can't speak properly the last few nights. But yeah, we start to see this now. The top 3 are distinguishing themselves. B13, Yeti, and Irish. They have pulled away from Fatality by quite a ways. Now the question I have is, are they shifting or are they not shifting? That's the real question I have here. How much are they shifting? How much are they not shifting? If you're shifting, you're wasting more fuel. But if you're not shifting, you're not wasting fuel and you can make it to the end of the stage. But you are a little bit slower. I will say that. So there is 8, I think that's 16 to go in stage number 1. Top 3 have pulled away a little bit from the pack. They're about 1.3 away from 4th and then 2.5 away from 5th. So they've put up a gap from the rest of the field basically. Yeah, 15 to go in stage number 1. Alright, whatever you say. Whatever you say, Georgia. Whatever you say, buddy. Yeah. I'm joking. Alright, 14 to go in stage number 1. B13 looks like he's hitting the apron a little bit. Here comes Irish, got a momentum here. He's gonna stay behind him. When are they going to make the moves? That's the question I have here. Do you make your move early, get around him, and pull away, or do you stay behind him for a few laps? But this also allows you to pull away from maybe Yeti. But once you start battling, this pulls Yeti back into this fight that they don't want Yeti to be into. I guess. That's the word I would say. If those two are both quicker than Yeti, which I don't think they are currently, Yeti is hanging on by a thread. He's currently in their draft and starting to catch back up to them. But if these two start the battle, this gives a perfect opportunity for Yeti to steal the stage potentially here. Oh, B13 into the wall. Here comes Irish to the bottom. Battle for the lead. B13 on top. Irish slides up. Here comes Yeti. He cannot make a move. He goes to the outside lane. So Irish is your new leader. We have 11 to go in stage number 1. So mistakes happen, and that costly for B13, who could potentially lose a stage win because of that. It's also, I will say, I'll go over points again. Savage is not here tonight. That is someone that I didn't notice before. But Savage is not in the race. So if Coda has a potentially good points day, he could potentially get ahead of Savage, but it's 50 points. I don't know if he can. But Savage is not in the field tonight. That is one contender that's not in today's race. Now can B13 recover and get back over to the lead? You see him get a little bit swirly out of a 4. 9 to go in stage number 1. Your leader is good on fuel. Now we got to see if B13 can catch him again. You want to ride that yellow line as close as you can without hitting it, and then carry the momentum off. You're starting to see him pull away from Yeti again as he starts to get squirrely back there. Pacific Dirt holding on to the last spot. Actually, he sits 6th now as LA Fatality got around him again. No, he's catching up to LA. Sorry, my apologies. He's catching up to 4th place. As we come to 7 to go now, he's trying to catch up to LA. GS and the 2-car of left-hand Honcho are battling for 6th place. You see them back there side by side. Yeah. We see Night Sniper also battling with Insoluble back here side by side as well. Coat also trying to catch up to Highbrow just outside the top 10, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, we see Coat get loose right in front of Rolling. Ooh, almost a near wreck there. Kabitek just chilling around. We have a lag out or he is left. That is Rogue. He's out of the event very early on in the 47. We'll go back up to the front though, as we only have 5 to go. Cautions are off. The stage is final. The battle for the lead is heating up. B13 is all over his bumper now. Irish hit the apron a little bit there. Ooh, Motorcode had an issue. You see him very slow on the apron. Right in front of the leaders. He keeps out of the way. Good for him. Battle for the lead is heating up. B13 almost got underneath. Irish into the wall. He saves it, luckily. He does scrape it a little bit, but it keeps it straight. He actually gained time off of 4 that time. He pulled a little bit of gap now. Coming to 3 to go in stage number 1. The battle for first is heating up. As we see, Irish is actually starting to pull away. So Irish's car came alive at the end of the stage. Can B13 get back there? We're going to see in the last 2 laps of this stage. 2 to go now. Look at B13 trying to find a lane. You see him entering lower, trying to get the... He's trying to... What's it called? Diamond it. My apologies. God, I don't know how to speak tonight. He's trying to diamond the corner. We see him trying to gain. Hits the apron a little bit. This is a decent amount of time. Irish white flag in the air for stage number 1. That is the... Is that the 1? No, that's the 10 car of Highbrow. Very slow on the apron. Irish coming out of 1 and 2. Right behind Highbrow. Does a lap car affect the stage finish? Oh, he slows up Irish a little bit. He slows him up. Into Irish. Here goes B13 on the bottom. Oh, B13 gets loose. Around goes B13, and Irish is going to win stage number 1. I don't know how to explain that stage finish. I don't know how to explain that stage finish. That was crazy. So a lap car. I know, if he didn't spin out there, Georgia, I think he would have gotten the win there. But overall, I mean, still a good finish. I mean, V13 almost got there. That was surprising. I didn't expect Highbrow to get in the way like that. Alright, on to stage number 2. We should see some strategy here. I'm going to get the lap counter as soon as we can. Again, this race has been exciting so far, but I already have my contenders for the race win tonight. But I already picked my contender before the race. It was GS. So far, I haven't seen the pace yet, but I think he has a good opportunity to finish top 10. And your leaders are Irish and Achi. The 18 starts second because B13 had damage. He dropped back to the rear, and we are underway for stage number 2. Irish leads it back to green right beside the pole sitter Fatality, who also drops in right behind him immediately as well. Here comes Fatality, tries to make a move, loses a lot of momentum. Here comes the 2 car in the 44. A left-hand honcho and Suspect Dirt on the outside. Irish trying to clean sweep it tonight. The bots are getting more advanced. I saw Irish stream and they're getting more advanced. They can actually say multiple comments. Yo, hi, hi, ho. That's horrible. 72 to go in stage number 2. So we're gonna have pit stops officially. It depends. Do you not oh, someone wrecking the... Oh, my eyes were deceiving me. I thought there was a wreck in the back. They stacked up. They're 3 wide. Night Sniper moves B13 out of the way. Does B13 return the favor? Battle for the lead. Irish officially gets passed by LA Fatality, who's now your leader for the second time tonight. Remember, he started on pole, led the first lap of the race, and hasn't led since. LA won last week, so he has the momentum carrying in over from Charlotte. Yeti currently sits in 5th, right behind Dirt and left-hand Honcho, who currently sits in 3rd. Now, if I'm a driver, I'm not shifting, especially during this long stretch. I would pit as late as you can, because I think that is the strategy at this type of track. You see them side by side. That's the 24 of Yeti, or the 1 car of GS Racing, and the 6 car of B13. B13 having trouble getting through the field again. He's really struggling with these guys back here, especially Night Sniper in the 78. You see him hitting the apron, trying to get up below him as well. Dirt currently running 4th, having a better run for himself tonight. Good run for himself as well. You see him getting a little loosey off the corner. Here comes Night Sniper making a move on GS Racing. This should just be outside the top 10, top 5. This should be around 8th. So GS Racing falls back to 9th now. Right in front of B13, who currently sits probably on the, I think it's the bubble for the top 10. Oh, we lose a lot of momentum. GS into the wall. B13 might have helped him with that. Still side by side, Highbrow and GS Racing. You see back there. Highbrow gets a little loose off the corner. We're going to go back to lead, though. It's really calm up here as LA Fatality has pulled a little bit of gap. Not a big one, but I do know something. Irish is not shifting right now, and that is a strategy. You aren't as quick when you're not shifting, but you do conserve fuel and tire wear. Oh, look at that 2 car. Oh, Irish gets very tight. Dirt into the wall. See him slow up a little bit back there in that 44 machine. I see Yeti currently currently sits just outside the top 5. I mean inside the top 5. Currently sits in 5th. Right behind that pack, whose dirt is all over those guys. I'm thinking that he's currently not shifting. I think he's shifting. That's the reason why he has so much pace. That's why he has so much more pace than the people ahead of him. As Irish looks very tight when he's not shifting as well. So we're going to get to the lap counter next time by when they cross the line. We see Suspect Dirt looking for a move as the leader of Fatality starts to pull away from Irish a little bit. We have 61 to go in stage number 2. You see him starting to pull a little bit. Trying to catch up to the 2 car of Honcho, who's starting to actually ramp it up on Irish. Coat is down pit road very early on. He's down pit road very early on. That is surprising. I don't know what his strategy is. That might have been a damage. It might have been unforced. We don't know. But we see GS Racing now pressuring Highbrow for 8th place as he's up to 9th now. Never mind. Now it is 59 to go. Yeah, that was way too early of a pit stop. You need to go at least 19 more laps. At least. I think that's the scheduled distance for fuel. I'll get the actual notes real quick for anyone who's interested. So for Richmond on 3X Wear, it's about 37 to 38 laps not shifting. So then you go about 20 more laps under green without a caution to potentially make it without shifting. And that's discluding if you have a clutch. So I don't have a clutch and I was able to save that much. So you can save a bunch of fuel not shifting at this type of track. Cowboy Tech and the 11 car battling. See them dueling back here. Rogue lagged out. Asking Heart sitting right behind Cowboy Tech now. Insoluble having a rough night. But hopefully he can recover at the end of this race. LA Fatality still leads. Honcho trying to hold on to 3rd as we saw Yeti get around Suspect Dirt. So he's up to 4th now as Dirt probably used up his tires by shifting. Oh, you see Fatality getting loose. That's the thing. When you shift your tires, you waste your tires a lot more than non-shifting. The long run is the key at this type of track. B13, you see him in the 6 car. Brave fella rolling thunder now. So he's trying to get up through the field again. As he currently sits 6th, so he's through the field already. Can he catch back up to Dirt and the 24 of Yeti though? That's the question I have. How good is this car on the long run? Oh, into the wall! Goes B13. That's going to cause a huge stack up. They did not wreck, fortunately. They kept it straight. So B13 hits the wall, causes some damage to potentially some of these cars, but keeps it straight. That is good news for the leaders, in my opinion. We still have 52 to go, so this is outside their fuel window. So it's good that a caution was not called or did not happen for these leaders. Oh, battle for the lead, heating up. Here comes Irish. He's caught back up to the leader of LA Fatality. Here he comes, trying to make a pass for the lead. He's wrapping that bottom lane. Fatality looks a little loose. You can tell he's defending. Defensive line by Fatality entering 1 and 2. He slides up, loses the bottom. Here comes Irish to the bottom lane. Taps him a little bit. Fatality clears. Still in the lead is Fatality of the 18 machine. God damn, I can't speak. Fatality still leads over Irish and Honcho, who's starting to creep his way back inside the fight. Oh, does Irish get the bumper? He does a little bit. Gets the bumper to him a little bit. Entering 3 and 4. Does it give him more of the bumper? As this brings in Honcho to the outside Irish. He fakes it, goes to the inside. Irish has the bottom lane. Battle for the lead is heating up. Here comes Honcho as well. Can Honcho benefit from them battling for first? Ooh, contact between the leaders. Fatality and Irish make some contact, and we see the 2-car of Honcho back it up a little bit. And Irish is your new leader at Richmond for stage number 2. Oh, as we see, Asking Heart is down pit road very early on. Still outside the fuel window, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, and Solible's got massive aero damage, so that's really affecting his car. As Fatality starts to drop back, his speed is starting to fall off. You see his tires starting to fall off. This opens the door for Yeti to potentially gain more spots and help B13 catch back up to them. As we see, B13 is all over the 42 of Rolling Thunder, who actually got around him, I think, because of the incident early on. He almost lost it, hit the wall. So we're hoping to get back on pace. Fatality's loose off the corner. You can just see it on his line. Look how far down he is off the corner of 4. Just all the way down to the apron. That is really killing his speed, especially in and out of the corner. And as Irish starts to pull away, Yeti's got to get around to Fatality now. In the slower 18 machine. Oh, Fatality holding him to it. Side by side, Fatality into the wall. Here comes Honcho. Honcho gets contact with Fatality. Honcho's able to clear. Maybe Fatality out of 1 and 2. He cannot, he gets loose. So Yeti up to second now, used a little bit of the bumper, but now officially up to second place. And now he's trying to hunt down the leader of Irish, who's currently sitting behind Insoluble, who has a massive amount of damage. Insoluble runs high, gets out of the leader way. Honcho now up to third, Fatality dropping like a fly now. As Dirt now tries to challenge him for third. Up to fourth, my bad. Oh, Dirt high, very high entering 1 and 2. Asking Hard on fresh tires, gotta get through there somehow. Oh, Dirt gets loose. Sorry guys, I burped. Fatality underneath Dirt. He's gonna be officially clear him. Is Asking Hard follow him through? He does. So we're going to have some lap traffic. Oh! Right in front of LA. Asking Heart breaks right in front of LA. Oh, 44 of Dirt gets loose again. This opens the door for Rolling Thunder and B13 now back into the fight. Rolling Thunder on the outside. Dirt on the inside. Here comes B13. Could he eventually spit it 3 wide entering 1 and 2? Oh, he gets underneath Rolling. Can he clear him out of 1 and 2? He can. So now he gets right beside Dirt. Side by side entering 3 and 4. He has the room. Can he clear him out of 3 and 4? Yes. B13 is now up to 5th. This should actually be 4th. No, he's up to 5th now. Apologies. Fatality holds on to 4th, and Salvo right in between every single one of these guys. B13 should be able to clear him out of 3 and 4. He does. Alright, so B13 now hunting down in LA Fatality. We'll go back to the leader though. Is Irish. So Irish has pulled the gap a lot on Yeti. So he's starting to pull away, starting to prove his might at Richmond Motor Speedway. It's not uncommon for Irish to do this as well, as he's been pretty dominant whenever he races this season as well. Him and Savage have been 2 of the most dominant drivers in the series by far. Right behind Cowboy Tech, who currently sits in 12th. 37 to go. The fuel window is open. I will say it is open if you don't shift. But who will come down super early? That's the question I have. The tires die down. That's the issue with going a full fuel run. I would pit as late as you can. Oh! 15 to swerve around on the top lane. Did anyone else get involved? I don't think anyone else did. And that's probably going to get him a few laps down now. As we have a lot of cars a lap down, getting lapped during the stage. We're up to 12th. Cowboy Tech currently your free pass. He's coming down pit road this time. Pit road is open, so that is their first pit stop. B13 now getting challenged for Fatality as he got around him and is now up to 4th. now he's going to challenge left-hand honcho for third. So B13 carving up the field. We see Night Sniper coming out pit road. He pitted early as well. Here comes B13 down pit road. I said the fuel window's open, and now here they come. Here comes Dirt as well. Ooh, gets loose entering, but saves it. Question is, when does the leader... Highbrow, very slow. He gets in the pit road. Irish now starting to pull away a lot. They have 1 lap of fuel left on their tanks, so Yeti is coming out pit road. We should see another guy coming out pit road as well. GS Racing and Irish will stretch this as long as they can go, in my opinion. Here comes Irish down pit road. Your leader is down pit road this time by. See him entering smoothly. GS Racing stays out another lap. Oh, 15 to swerve, a little laggy, but GS Racing decides to stay out 1 or 2 extra laps, and this is going to make them have fresher tires as we come to potentially 32 to go if I'm not mistaken. He still has about 4 more laps of fuel, 3 more laps of fuel, so he can go a lot longer than everyone else. The issue is now is tire wear. I see Beard 13 getting his lap back here. 31 to go in stage number 2. So GS Racing is running it long. GS, my bad. Why am I saying his full name? He's just running it long here. He's going to come down pit road in 2 laps next time by, preferably. So this is the lead of the race. You see him running the bottom. He's coming down pit road this time by. Alright, so out of pit road. I think Rolling Thunder currently should be right behind Irish potentially here. So GS decided to go on the long strategy, hoping that it could capitalize for him. Thank you, George. I appreciate the compliment. I'm trying my best, man. I hate making mistakes with my voice and stuff. Alright, so Irish is now your leader again. But second place is going to be Yeti. So Yeti's actually closed the gap a little bit. He's getting slowed up by slower cars. So Rolling Thunder goes a lap down now. Night Sniper's up to 5th because of the pit strategy. Does Yeti have the same issue with Rolling Thunder as Irish did? And up to 3rd place is going to be LA. Left-hand honcho falls to 4th. And Night Sniper currently runs in 5th. So someone I do not see is B13, who had damage from an issue. Almost wrecked himself into the wall and caused a huge stack up, but no caution because no one went around. But he probably had damage, that's why he's outside the top 5 now. There was a 99 Coke got loose back there. Can Yeti get around the lap cars fast enough to catch up to Irish, who's currently in clean air? Irish just running his line smoothly and consistently. Yeti just trying to claw back to the lead. I'm sorry, I can't read chat. Alright, so Irish leads 0.9 seconds. And there's a lap car in between the 2 drivers. Now there's going to be another lap car coming up in a few laps. That is actually B13 ahead of the leaders. So B13 could go a lap down here if he's not careful. That would be shocking to me, but it could happen. And also, Suspect Dirt got around Night Sniper, who pitted very early. We see them get around Cowboy Tech in the 15, just running the high lane. Yeti finally gets around rolling and Insoluble. So his goal now, as Irish is starting to pull away, it's 1.3 now. The gap is increasing, to say the least. I see Insoluble and Rolling Thunder just battling back there. Alright, 21 to go. You're good on fuel. I would still monitor it and maybe not shift, so you have the tire wear at the end. Oh, Yeti to the wall! Slows him up, he might have some damage. He loses more time. He was pushing it way too hard, trying to catch up back to Irish. And now it's going to cost him potentially damage and potentially the stage win if he can catch back up to Irish. Now his car is ill handling. You can see it's very tight. Yeah, now he's back in rhythm good. B13 running consistent. He's not going to go a lap down, but Motorcode is down pit road again. So his early pit stop strategy is not going to work out for him. As he comes in front of Swerve. Swerve almost hits him, but luckily they keep it straight. The one I'm watching is GS Racing, who's behind the Asking Heart now, but he pitted as late as you can be. If you're him, you learn the limit of how long you can go on fuel and tires, and he went about, I think that's about 40 laps on tires and fuel. So he was stretching it a little bit, and he made it. So that was a very surprising run. But I wouldn't call it surprising. It was just good fuel managing by him. Here comes Fatality underneath Swerve. Honcho currently sits alone in fourth with no one in his sights, as we continue to see Yeti losing time on the leader. It's now a front stretch, basically a straightaway gap between the leaders. Now it should be 15 to go in stage number 2. With this, we see Yeti, Irish, still holding consistent. He's not catching up to B13, but I think he is catching B13 a little bit. Now we have 14 to go. Yeti continues to fall off. Rolling Thunder is starting to get back in this picture. We see Motorcode on fresher tires, now passing Insoluble in them as he is fresh tires and is going. Trying to get as much time as he can now in the 99 machine. He is multiple laps down. Suspect Dirt currently runs in 5th, is very loose. You saw that off the corner. Night Sniper's catching back up to him, who he passed earlier on fresher tires. You just see how loose he's getting off the corner. Alright, we're going to go back up to the leader, though. You see Coat now trying to get around. 11 to go in stage number 2. 10 to go now. We're dwindling down the laps. So far, the racing has been alright. Near the front, it's been... Oh, Yeti's starting to get caught. And I can say the leader is catching B13. 10 to go now. If Irish can lap B13, that would be huge for his chances tonight, as B13's been the only car that can show they can actually get around Irish. And then he had a huge mistake at the end of stage number 1, or had damage as he wrecked at the line, finishing second in stage number 1. Alright, 9 to go in stage number 2. We're going to do a crank it up, I guess, for about 2 laps. Alright, we're gonna go out of the crank it up. Sorry about that, guys. As we saw during the crank it up, Yeti was into the wall. Rolling Thunder got behind him, right behind him. And now that cleared Dakota, who's just wrapping around trying to get his laps back. You see him in the 99. But this, I'm looking on now, and I think RC Fatality, my bad, is catching LA Fatality, but we're under 5 to go. Stage is final, so no more caution from this point on. Highbrow's also starting to catch up to Dirt and Sniper, so Highbrow could potentially get a top 5 in the stage number 2. Four to go in stage number 2. Really not a battle. You could see the gap. It's a straightaway now. Irish is now catching B13. Can he put B13 a lap before stage number 2 ends? That's going to be the question. This is the battle I'm going to be watching. I know he wants a lap, and 3 to go now in stage number 2. B13 hitting the apron. Clear sailing for the 5 of Irish in stage number 2. White flag in the air for stage 2. Irish has a big gap. You see the 24 back there? That's second place. This is Yeti. He currently sits second. He is nowhere close to the leader. Coming down the backstretch for the last time in stage 2. Irish carrying that momentum into 3 and 4. And Irish is going to sweep stage 1 and is going to sweep stage number 2. Congrats to Irish for winning both stages. Can he do a triple feat? Can he secure the win as well? Yeti finished second. LA Fatality third. Why don't you go back there? Yeah, Fatality is able to hold on to third. I wonder where GS Racing, remember, he pitted very late and actually let in Hacho finish fourth and Night Sniper finish fifth. So that rounds out your top 5. Question is, did GS Racing's strategy of pitting later work? It did not at all. He is a lap down. 6th was going to be Highbrow. Suspect Dirt finished 7th. B13 was able to hold on to the lead in 8th. And then Rolling Thunder had your free pass position in 9th. And Cowboy Tech was able to get the last playoff point, or stage point, finishing in 10th. I don't know if anyone can challenge Irish tonight. Looking like it could potentially be a blowout win for Mr. Irish, but somebody will challenge him. We could have a few cautions in stage number 3. It'd be so fun if there was a late race restart as well. Alright, leading us back to green is going to be the 5 car of Irish, Yeti on his outside. And they are underway for stage number 3 at Richmond. Irish on the bottom, Yeti on the top, and he's going to already lose momentum. Here comes Fatality. And the 18, you see back there, Dirt's getting loose on the bottom lane, that 44. See him getting swirly and whirly back there. They keep it straight, luckily. Alright, see Night Sniper up the 4th now. See him roaming the top lane. He's actually battling with Highbrow, who's also inside the top 5 for the first time tonight. B13 sits right behind him. Ooh, dirt slides up right in front of Insoluble. You got a few cars a lap down. That's the one thing I'm going to be watching. A lot of cars a lap down, but a lot of cars on the free pass as well. Every position on this track is going to be battled for, especially that free pass position. Ooh, B13 all over Highbrow. They're stacking up right behind the leader. Here comes Yeti on the bottom. Yeti battling for the lead. He gets underneath Irish. Yeti trying to take the early lead in stage number 3. He clears the Irish into the wall hard. Yeti and him. Never mind, they didn't get together. Irish just hit the wall off of 1 and 2, and that's going to lose them a crazy amount of momentum. Because B13 and Highbrow. As Irish is fuel saving. Here comes Sniper on the inside lane. Sniper's going to be able to clear B13, entering 3 and 4. Yes, Sniper clears B13. He's now up to 5th. B13 falls back to 6th. And he's being challenged by Dirt, who's also going to make a move on left-hand Hotcher right behind him. You see Highbrow trying to make moves early on in this stage. Here comes the 18 to the bottom of the 1. Making a pass for the lead. Ooh, he almost gets underneath the 24 of Yeti. Cannot clear him. Also, I'll give you guys my pick now. I had GS Racing before, but I have a feeling that we're going to have a new winner this week. And his name is Yeti. I have a feeling that I know he's the leader right now. Him or Highbrow. I feel like one of those two. I don't know if Fatality has a pace long run to keep up here. But let's see how he keeps going. See Fatality now all over Yeti's bumper. Super tight racing between the top 2. They're starting to pull away from Highbrow and Irish. As B13 is all over Irish's bumper. LA is looking for a way around the leader of... I keep calling it GS Racing, but it's actually Yeti. I am so sorry, Yeti. 71 to go. So, fuel strategy here. 2 pit stops, I think. You could maybe shrink it to 1 if you fuel save maximum. It's my thinking, based on what I know. I think that's a strategy. You bounce into 1 pit stop during this final stage if you're fuel saving. Because I saw someone go about 40 laps of fuel, but they've already gone about 10 so far already. So, depends. If you started fuel saving immediately, you could eventually stretch it as long as you can. I would stretch it as long as you can, see where you can get. It's a 2 pit stops, in my opinion, this stage. Top 2 are still dueling. Irish still there in 4th. Right behind is going to be B13. Here comes the battle for the lead. 18 got a good run. He's trying to make a move on the 24 of Yeti. Yeti doesn't leave the door open. You can see the 18 sitting it in there, diamonding it, but losing momentum off the corner. Unlike Yeti, who's got a good run off the corner mostly every single lap. Highbrow's going to be challenged by Irish now. As they're getting stacked up behind him, Highbrow's going to lose a lot of momentum. Here comes B13. Does he make a move on Irish? If I'm B13, I'm trying to get around to Irish. I want to be ahead of Irish, not behind him. Oh, Irish into the wall! Here goes B13 to the bottom. Another mistake by the dominant car of the night. As Irish continues to fall back, end up down to 5th now. This lead, battle for the lead is heating up as Highbrow goes wide. Here comes B13. Oh, Irish gets loose, or Night Sniper on the bottom. B13 down pit road very early on. Interesting strat. I'm surprised. That is very early on. Here comes Yeti with the 18 of Fatality all over his bumper. Does this forfeit some people down pit road early as well? Yes, it brings down GS Racing early. So GS Racing and the 6R B13 down pit road very early on. As Fatality finally clears the 24 of Yeti, he's now your new leader in stage number 3. So he's trying to lead laps in the beginning of this stage. So now Irish is back down to 5th, right behind Night Sniper and Co. 63 to go. So you do have, based on my notes, they're gonna have. Yes, they're going to have, you can get about 37 to 38 laps of fuel. So if they pit now, they should be good on fuel for a 2-stopper. But I saw someone stretch at about 40 laps earlier in the stage. As you see, Night Sniper back there. They were battling, but Irish gets clear of him, so he's now up to 4th again. As Dirt is now challenging the 78 of Night. As Leopard now trying to catch back up, trying not to lose the spot to Dirt as he's becoming defensive. (11 and 15 of Swerve battling. They contact. Here comes Rolling Thunder. Fatality is now getting challenged by Yeti. Yeti's caught back up. Battle for the lead. Contact between those two. LA High keeps it out of the wall. So almost hits the wall there, keeps it out luckily, and still a great battle between these two drivers. They're dueling at Richmond, 59 to go in stage number 3. Are these guys shifting? That's my main question as we see Fatality going down to the bottom lane. Oh, he gets loose a little bit. Yeti continues to maintain the lead, 58 to go in stage number 3. So he is wrapping that bottom lane. Yeti maintains it. I think he's going to gain a little bit of time off the corner as Fatality did not get a good runoff. Fatality enters harder than Yeti, but Yeti gets a good runoff. I think that's the difference between their driving styles right now. Oh yeah, Fatality lost a lot of time there. Pit cycle should be coming up in about 5 to 6 laps. Obviously, Fatality now sits in second. Sorry, guys. I was on my phone a little bit. Overall racing tonight has been, it's Richmond. You're not going to get a lot of side-by-side action. The top two have been dueling between Fatality and Yeti. The question is, when do they come down pit road? I don't think they're fuel saving at all. That's the difference between them and maybe some other drivers in the field. You see, Irish has been fuel saving. He's up to 4th now as we see someone down with down pit road, I think. We just got around Highbrow, so Highbrow is down to 4th. Now Irish up to 3rd. Honcho being challenged by Dirt as he got around Dirt and Sniper. So Honcho now up to, I think that's currently 4th. So Honcho making his way through the field later in this race. As we start to see Yeti starting to pull away from the 18 of Fatality a little bit. A lot, actually. As soon as they say that he runs wide. We're going to give him some screen time as he's leading a few laps here at Richmond Raceway. B13 on the early pit strategy, trying to get around Swerve.
this huge pack of cars back here. Motorcoat, GS Racing, a lot of cars in this pack. GS Racing was also in the same strategy as B13. Side by side, you see 78 trying to get around then 44, and he does. So Night Sniper officially gets around dirt. Copy, take down pit road. Irish now starting to catch up to the leader as they continue to duel. Fatality's all over the 24 Yeti's bumper, so a mistake must have happened between the top two. Here comes Fatality. Here comes Irish, who's starting to gain little by little. Yeti losing a lot of time now. We look back, you can just see that 5-car creeping in the background. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. Question is, when do they pit? Irish we know is going to pit a little bit later than everyone. But when do the leaders, the top two, Yeti and the 18 pit? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get at my point of view. Irish's point of view went out for me. There we go. Sorry about that guys, we had difficulties. As Irish is underneath the 18, he's now battling for second. Can he clear him? He does. So Irish now up to second place. He's been massively saving his fuel all stage, and now he's passing the cars who've been shifting. Presumably. This is a massive fuel save. I'm starting to realize how much fuel everyone is saving now. As we see more people, I think, down pit road. Yeah, 43 to go. You could make it if you make it about 5 more laps. You could make it on fuel if you save a little bit more laps. About 5 to 6 more laps, and you could make it on fuel from here to the end without shifting. The question is, if you shift at all, you'll lose fuel and you won't be able to make it. Can your tires make it though? For my in-car cam, they can. And you can just see the difference in speed as Irish is pushing a lot more than Yeti, who's on controller. Irish is capitalizing on Yeti needing to save fuel and him not needing to. 4 laps of fuel left, so they can only make it probably 2 laps for Yeti and co. As you see him letting off a lot. How many more laps can these guys go? Now tires are starting to become a factor. As Irish's tires are at 17, he's trying to get past Yeti before the fuel, before having to pit. 39 to go, so they're good technically on fuel. Now you're pushing it, but these guys could be, if they pit, they would be good on fuel at the pushing it. I think they're gonna try to do 2 more laps of under green racing and then pit. I think that's the goal here. You might be pitting this time. We'll see if Yeti pits this time by. When they enter pit road, it'll be 38 to go. Yep, Yeti's coming down pit road this time by. So Yeti is deciding to pit. Irish right behind him. Leaders coming down pit road. LA coming down pit road as well. They enter smoothly. Great penetrates by both of those two drivers. See if this cycles out great. Now, B13's only a lap down. Can he unlap himself before they get back around? He has now unlocked himself. So B13's strategy of pitting super early is probably not going to hold off for him, as he's going to have to probably presumably pit again. But he's going to try to take over the lead. They are already coming out. Oh, B13 hits the wall. And he's not going to pass anyone on pit road, as dirt is going to get around him and he's going to lose all the time. And now Honcho's up to second. I don't know how, but he got around Irish. This might be for free pass. He might be trying to get his lap back. I think that is what he's doing. So Yeti is... B13's actually your leader. No, B13 is your leader. Insoluble very slow on the apron. Sorry guys, I wasn't... B13, oh, Rolling Thunder all over the place. Woo! That almost caused a huge wreck there, as the 42 was a little loose and right in front of the leader, B13. Probably guess B13's on conservative mode. Oh my god, Mike. Sorry about that. My mic wasn't working. Great. I was gonna say B13 takes over the lead over Yeti and Irish, as he pitted very early. He is probably in super conservative mode if I had to guess. So he pitted a little bit early. Honcho was able to recover and he's currently sitting third. Maybe on pit strategy, we don't know, but he's holding it back there. As they're starting to stack up. Kabatek is out. Rolling Thunder looked very loose and all over the place. Honcho gets past. Oh! And actually, the 18 gets around Irish. Fatality's around Irish. He gets around Honcho as well. So now he's up to third. Now the battle for the win, I presume, is going to be between himself, Fatality, and, of course, Yeti. I think Irish, Fatality, and Yeti are the contenders for this win. I don't know how much fuel B13 has, but he probably will have to pit again. Even if he saves a massive amount, I don't think it's enough. Thunder trying to get his lap back right behind the leader. You see him wrapping it in that 42 car. Fatality's all over. Fatality's all over the 24's bumper. So Yeti's going to be challenged. As Night Sniper's down pit road again. So he's down pit road for his last stop of the night. Here comes Fatality to the bottom. Pass for the lead. Second place, actually. The lead here is B13. He's trying to do a fuel strategy. Side by side down the backstretch. Ooh. He holds on the bottom. Side by side still. This is going to lead Irish back into this fray. Back into the fray. How long do they duel? They have to stop dueling, as Irish is better in the long run. Yeti holds on to third. As we see the 18 get a little loose off the corner. Second, third, and fourth. Battling right here. As B13 has not pitted. He's down pit road. Presuming your new leader is going to be the 18, last week's winner of... You guys should know him. Fatality is your new leader. Gonna pass him now. Oh, look at this battle between these guys. Here comes Yeti to the bottom. Oh, he's making... Oh, contact between the top two. Here comes Yeti. They're dueling, bumping. Here comes Irish, who's got the momentum. Does he go to the bottom lane, entering 1 and 2? Does it make a dive at Yeti? He's able to clear the 18 of Fatality. Does it make a move on Yeti? Yeti runs a little wide. Here comes Irish in the 5 car. They're stacking up right behind Yeti. Slowed massively out of 3 and 4. We have 23 to go in stage number 3. The battle is heating up between the top 3. Hunter just sitting back there hoping they wreck or caution comes out. Irish now sitting in the hot bird seat trying to get around the 1 car, the 24 of Yeti. Yeti trying to secure his first win of the season over Irish and Fatality, who both have wins this season. Yeti's the only one in the top 3 who doesn't have a win. And he's trying to look for his first win in the 2022 Cup Series. He won in the 2020 Cup Series at Daytona, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So he does have a win. Oh, Yeti to the wall! Here comes Irish! Yeti surprisingly didn't lose that momentum. LA Fatality into the wall as well. Does Irish use the bumper? 21 to go. Yeti is just trying to hang on. 20 to go when they cross the line. 20 to go at Richmond. Oh, Fatality. It's a 3-way battle for this win. You just gotta be there to see there. Oh, you can just see how much momentum that Irish gets off the corner. He's just so smooth. Compared to Yeti off the corner, who's 19 to go. Can Yeti just hang on? He's got to be Ryan Newman for the last 19 laps, and that's going to be very difficult against Irish. I'm going to let you guys see this. Top 3 still neck and neck within a second of one another. Remember, Irish has 2 wins this season, does he? 1 a 3rd. He wants to win the regular season championship, and he's recovered from a few weeks off. Yeah, exactly. He wants to catch up to the leader. He's currently sitting 8th in the point standings. Right behind. Yeti's just trying to get his win to actually pass Coda in the point standings. That's his goal tonight. He's currently 4 behind Coda, and I think he's passed him based on points tonight. So he's trying to secure maybe a 2nd in the point standings right behind Savage, who's not here. So he could potentially take over the points lead if he wins tonight. But Irish is not going to make it easy for him, and he's got to hang on. 15 to go at Richmond. Irish is on his bumper. We got the 11 car of Asking Heart. Does he get out of the way? Hopefully he does. We don't want the 10 car like earlier affecting this finish during this amazing 15 laps of racing. 14 to go. Oh, Yeti answers high. Irish tried to dive it in there. He's diamond his corner. He shortened his entrance. Oh, into the wall goes Irish. Loses a lot of momentum. Yeti hangs on. I will say this is one of the more difficult tracks to pass. You got to make a mistake for someone to get around you. 13 to go at Richmond. As we see, Fatality is starting to get on Irish's bumper. As Fatality is now trying to say, go, Irish, 12 to go. We got so many laps to catch. Yeti again. Gotta move your booty. 11 to go when they cross the line. We're waning. Laps are draining. Yeti trying to hang on to secure his first win of the 2022 Cup Series. 11 to go. It's starting to get dicey. Irish trying to get there. He got so close earlier. Can he recover? 10 to go at Richmond. Caution cutoff is 5 to go. We'll count you down. The lap car goes to the outside lane. Does that affect Irish's exit. It does a little bit. So Irish won't get a good as exit he wanted. Askew I thought he would let off a little bit more. That's going to affect Irish on entry. They all get around the lap car fairly smoothly. Did affect Irish a little bit of time, but he got around there. We're going to look back from Yeti's point of view. As you see the 18 getting a little loose back there. Yeti trying to hang on. 8 to go at Richmond. We are so close to the finish. 200 laps. Again, like last week, but a lot shorter track and a lot faster stream. Oh, 18 getting loose. Vitality. You see him back there in third. 7 to go. Irish closed in on entry. Does Yeti pull on exit? Oh, no, they're about even. This is going to get dicey. We got a few lap cars ahead of them. We see Irish now starting to catch up a little bit. Yeti gets a little loose. Here comes Irish. 6 to go now. Irish putting on the heat on Yeti, who's trying to secure his first win of the season. Here comes Irish in that 5 car. Does Irish use the bumper? 5 to go. This race is final. Irish enters a little higher. You can see the gain. No gain there. About even. But he gains on entry again. You can see them there. He's holding the gap pretty well. 4 to go. Now Irish has a chance on the last lap to actually sit it in there. I think the gap isn't that big. He loses a bunch of time, but he's going to gain off exit, I think, Irish here. Oh, he does. Look at that good run down the backstretch. He enters deeper than Yeti. We're coming to 3 to go now. Yeti loses a lot of time on exit. Oh, does Yeti block? He does. Yeti to the top. He's blocking. Yeti is blocking the 5 car of Irish. He protects the bottom. No, Irish to the bottom. Irish gets a lane. He's sitting in there bumping. They're banging for the win. 2 to go at the line. Irish lets off. Irish let off there. Irish let off and let Yeti have the lead again. 2 to go now. Can Irish get back there? That's the question I have. Oh, for the final time. White flag in the air at Richmond for Fars. We see Yeti trying to hang on for his first win this season. Can he hang on? Irish trying to get back there as he let off because he didn't want to bump Yeti up the track. Coming to the final time in 3 and 4. And Yeti, if he does not hit the wall, is going to win at Richmond. What a drive. Congrats to Yeti for winning his first win of the season and potentially moving up in the points. He holds off Irish there. We're going to do top 3 tonight, guys. Vitality held on to 3rd. Okay. Sorry guys for the burp. Maybe I had my mic off for a section of this race. I apologize. I did not realize it was in a party. It lagged me out, so that's what happened during the middle part of this race. So if you don't hear audio for like majority of it, it's because my audio was out. Alright, so fastest lap of the night is going to go to LA Fatality with 20.915. So decent lap by him. So congrats to Yeti. So Yeti, what a night. That is good for him. That's a good sign.
Alright, we're gonna back out of the lobby, and we're gonna get this interview set up. First up would be... Why am I getting invited to their party? It should be my party. What the hell? What the... I didn't dip. I didn't dip. I invited you guys to my party.
We all
It's,
joined your party.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you make sure to, can you guys include your audio? Let me check.
I'm in.
Real quick. Okay. Alright, so okay, it's working. Alright, so first off, we're gonna do third place. Alright, so Fatality, you won last week. You finished third this week. What were your thoughts on the race? I know you were part of that big three at the end there. What do you think you maybe could have done differently on the long run there, especially at the end? Do you think you maybe could have gotten up there, competed when they were started door banging a little bit? What do you think about the end? I don't know. Maybe could have done something a little different. I don't know.
All right, sorry, my bad. It was hooked
You're
to
good,
Discord
you're good.
still. But yeah,
I-
so what I could have done differently was going with a shorter preset. Like I could have went with a 6 instead of a 7. But I knew the 7 was gonna have great short run speed. So if it comes down to a 20 lap restart, I knew it would have been good to have. But I sacrificed long run speed for that. So I was just breaking loose with the last 10 laps of a run, where I would just lose too much time. But other than that, felt fast as hell. It was a rocket ship. I'm just glad to be in the top 3.
Yeah, you definitely had a fast car. The long run, it happens, but overall, I mean, top 3, especially after winning last week, you still keep the momentum up, and you're still top 3 again this week. So, congrats on your top 3. Hopefully, you get another win this season as well.
Oh yeah.
Heading to the playoffs. All right. So, do you have any shoutouts?
Just the top 3. We had fun racing, in my eyes, but it was tight and clean racing, so that's all that matters to me.
Gotcha. All right. On to second place. Majority of the night, you were the dominant car riders. So I was surprised that Yeti was able to hold you off at the end. What do you think of the racing at the end? And do you think maybe you could have done it a little bit differently getting around Yeti at the end there? What do you think you may have could have done differently to get around him or just pass him in general?
Yeah, it was a good race. I needed to have a better exit off of pit road to give me a couple more laps to kind of put pressure on him, make him burn his right rear tire. So that was I got pretty loose coming off pit road there on that last stop, and had to give him a little room. So good racing. Good win for the 24.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun to watch you guys duel, though. I was so surprised he was able to hold you off. It was fun racing. Fun seeing you dominate as well early on. But the winner of tonight's event, heading on to the winner, is going to be Yeti. Hello, Yeti. You there?
Yep.
So, Yeti, you come into this season. You're currently sitting, I think, 4th in the points. Now you're probably going to be 2nd in the points. What were your thoughts on the racing tonight, and how were you able to hold off Irish for that long as well?
The restart was pretty good throughout the whole field, honestly. Very little mistakes from everyone. It was just being consistent all night. That long one was heavy. I really got the car set up, set for the long run. I was on a preset 6, and I just added left side tire pressure, and it helped out the car in that long run, which helped me stay ahead of Irish. If he would have got that pass going into 3, probably would have won the race. I had to been very perfect, very consistent to stay ahead of him. I think he was the better driver all night, and it was a good race between me and him.
Yeah. Congrats on the win. Do you have any shout-outs to anybody that you want to shout out?
The viewers, you for streaming the race, the whole league, everyone that comes to the race and to participate. It's always fun.
Definitely. All right, so congrats on your win again. Hopefully do that Saturday at 11 Eastern. So, yep. All right, so guys, as you saw tonight, Yeti was able to win at Rich. Ah, damn it, because of Olympics. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Olympics. Who cares about the Olympics, man? Alright, so as you guys saw, Yeti was able to win tonight. Hopefully, can repeat it tomorrow night as well. But I'll see you guys tomorrow night for White Line Xfinity Series. I will be racing there. Congrats on the win again, Yeti, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.